Hey everyone, and welcome to Conquer the Mirror Demon. My name is Tanja Andersen. I am your host, and today we have a special speaker with us. She is my friend. I can be blessed and proud to say she is my good friend, and I will love her. So, she name is Catherine Brown. Welcome, my love.
Hi, thank you so much, Tanya. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm so grateful for everything that you are doing, and thank you for hosting this beautiful summit.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. So now you know why I pick her a little bit around that, and I will share a little bit more around to you guys so you know why did I pick Catherine. So she's my friend, I love her, and we have known each other for, I believe, a little bit over 2 years or something like that. And she is a person I really see myself in. Like, I can relate to her stories, I can relate to what she stands for. And we both have struggled in the past, and we really connecting a deep level. And that we will talk more about when you hear a little bit about where does she come from, why does she work with what she work with. So when I look at Kathleen on the internet, when we have a connection, I really see the light into me through God, and it gave me a sense of peace. It gave me a sense of calm, and she has so much to give, as you will experience this interview. So that's why I choose her. First of all, because I love her. She's a friend, and she has so much to give on the heart, and you will see in this interview why I pick her. So, Kathleen, you are a faith-based entrepreneur and a lifelong lover for health and wellness, and you are also a natural health educator and very passionate about superfoods. Around that, so tell us a little bit more about who are you, like what do you work with, so we get like details around who you are.
Okay, well, thank you for that introduction, Tanya. I really appreciate you. So am I'm very passionate about health and wellness and taking back your health, just because of my life my life journey has brought me to a place where it's really important. I saw that it was really important to with what we consume in food, and also what we consume with our minds and what we do every day with our routines, everything. It's all part of taking back your health. And I had a time in my life where I lost all that. So it's really important for me to bring my knowledge out to everyone, because there are a lot of people struggling in this time.
Definitely, thank you. The topic we will talk about is taking back your health through leadership, mindset, and nutrition. The first question I have for you, my love, is what is the darkest thing you have faced in your life?
Okay, that's a good question, because I believe that there's a lot of people that have faced this, and there's a lot of shame, and people are scared to talk about it because of maybe what they will look like or what people will say. So my darkest moment happened in 2020. I'll give a little brief begin, like what led me to this dark moment. So I was adopted, and being adopted, I believed, this is the story I told myself, that I was not lovable. So I proved my story right or correct my whole life by dating the wrong people who would abuse me, cheat on me, rape me, and then eventually leave me. So I was proving my story right of not being lovable, because I did have those abandonment issues, and I wasn't loving myself. So my whole life I dated the wrong men. I also turned to alcohol and drugs. So I was not loving myself in that manner as well. I was looking for an escape. And so I led a life, I smoked cigarettes, I did all these things that were not good for me, because I lived a life believing that I wasn't lovable. So I was proving this story right continually throughout my life. And in 2020, I found out that I was the product of a rape. And I was not of faith then. So in my mind and the way society says that we have our identities, my identity was in my family. And because I found out that I was the product of a rape, I didn't know who my father was now. Even though I didn't know him, I felt like I lost an identity. And it was really hard for me to wrap my head around in that moment, because I had been told the story of who my birth father was for over 40 years and 48 years actually. And also in 2020, I was working for the federal government for 18 years. And for 13 of the years, I was being abused, bullied and harassed and discriminated against. And I had no idea this was happening, but it got to the point where I was pushed out onto employment insurance. I live in Canada, so it's an employment insurance. So I had worked since I was 16, and now all of a sudden I wasn't working. So I've lost another identity. So I've lost 2 identities in a matter of like months. And I thought about my life. I was crying every day, and I thought I was a waste of space. I wasn't contributing. I wasn't married. I didn't have kids. I was not doing all the things that society tells us to do. And I felt like I was just, what was I here for? What was I actually contributing to the world? And I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm tired and I'm done. So I was crying. I fell to my knees and it was in November of 2020. I fell to my knees crying, and I cried out to God that day. And I wasn't raised in a house with God, but I cried out to him. And in those moments of my despair, I said, God, if this is my life, I don't want it. But if it is my life, please take over, because I clearly have no idea what I'm doing. And in those moments of surrender, he took over. Like, it's like he almost was like, finally, she's surrendered to me. It was, and then all of a sudden, everything in my life shifted, everything. But I was ready to end and leave this world in that moment. And that was my darkest moment.
Thank you for sharing. What are really coming to me when you're sharing, around this, like, surrender yourself to God and really let go of everything that gets to let go of in the act on the choosing to surrender to him. And as you know, of my love, I have also in 2018 when the car was close to end, I was just feeling I was the biggest mistake on this earth. And the 21 April 2019, that was the first time I really prayed to God. I was so desperate and said, please give me a sign. I'm willing to do anything you give me. Like, I was so desperate to do anything because I was playing with a knife on my throat, and I was so afraid to share that because I get to make a huge shift because, or I will die. Like, I was so close to end it. And God gave me a voice around sell everything. And I was just like, what? It was so clear. I was crying. I can remember I was like in the window. I was crying, and I was like, tears was running down. I was like, give me a sign, give me a sign. I was like out of, I was a victim mode by 100%. And there was so clear, like a light from the sky, sell everything. And I was just like, and I was just quiet. And I'll get so angry afterwards, like, I'm not doing that. Like, hell to the fuck no. And I get angry instead of sad. I'll just shift into anger. And I was like, okay, Tanja, you ask for a sign, you receive a sign. You get to act. I was like, okay. And that moment changed my life completely, to really choose myself on what kind of life I choose for myself and what voice do I choose to listen to. So thank you for sharing.
Beautiful.
So around that moment, when you surrendered to God, where it was really on the edge to say goodbye to life, how did you handle that dark experience or challenge your life and turn that into something powerful? Like, where was your shift to? You have shared a little bit around it, to surrender to God. Like, where did it really happen, a big shift in it?
Well, in the moments of surrender, God moved, he's been moving so quickly in my life, and he's leading me so powerfully. I got the job back that I was on employment insurance for. I mean, I no longer work for them, but we'll get to that. But yeah, so I got the job back. I was led to my friend's Take Action Challenge. our good friend, Shanda Sumter. I was led to her challenge and I went live for the first time. First, I should say, I heard a voice that said, if you want to go far in life, you need a coach. And I'm like, how am I going to afford a coach? I can't afford a coach. I'm not even working. And that's when I was led to Shanda's Take Action Challenge. And in that challenge, I went live for the first time in her Facebook group. And I had never went live before in my life. I didn't like the sound of my voice. I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to be heard. All the things that I didn't want to do. And I went live and I won $2,000. And that's when she offered the leadership program. And I stepped into leadership. And within the first 20 minutes, I was like, yeah, I'm jumping in. And I had bills to pay. I had all the things to pay, but I chose to do that because God was leading me. And in those moments, so I shifted that way. And then I was also led to Purium superfoods. And I bought a 30-day cleanse. And then I did the cleanse and I jumped in as a brand partner. And so now I'm flooding my body with good nutrition. I'm surrounded by powerful people who are leading in the world. And I'm also being led by God. Like, this was amazing. And I just was being led so perfectly. I was listening this time. I was actually listening to him because he's been with me my whole life, but I wasn't listening. This time I was listening. I was allowing him to take the lead, and I was following the actions that he wanted me to take. God will always lead us. It's up to us to choose to take the action.
Yeah,
so
exactly. How I see it, like if I choose to be my way, the highway, that is so unhealthy to have that mindset, is I get to put my hands in God, like physically. Most of the time going out in the forest and hugging a tree. If it is challenging me in the moment to connect with God, I'm hugging a tree because I feel that is like this signal, like up to him, like in my body, because I'm physically hugging something he have created on this earth. There's living, so there's connecting with me, with my heart, to connect with him if it's a challenge moment for me. So beautiful. So the tools you use to really turn that around was you choosing a coach, the what they call it, the company is called Hackcut Business. If you would like to know what that is, I'm also in that. That's where Catherine and me get connected. Amazing program. We both are in it right now. And you choose superfoods and you choose to listen to God. So that was the three key elements that really was the tool for you to step out of your dark process you was in. Is this correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And all of those places led me to create healthy habits, like healthy routines in the morning. Like as soon as I wake up, I spend my first moments with God, and I spend it in prayer and set intentions and in thankfulness. And then I start my day. I don't start my day unless I start it with God first. And with that foundation, you cannot go wrong, because throughout the day, I'm like, thank you. That way, know that was you. Thank you so much. And even in the moments where it's not so, good, I still feel good. Like I'm not in the same despair as I used to feel. Like I'm not anxious. And if I do go into anxiety, or if I do get stressed out, I can just give it to him. It's so beautiful. It's so simple. It's so easy. You just, when you're in that moment, just be like, God, help me now. Take this away, whatever this is that I'm feeling or going through, and just cover me with your perfect peace and love. And he does. And it doesn't mean life is perfect, but it's perfect with him.
Exactly. Oh man. And to you, dear audience, to you that watched this amazing interview. So I will hear you if you have a little bit judgment around God. I was there in the past. Trust me, I was there. A good coach tell me, when you hear the word God, put your word in like spirituality, nature. I put Mother Earth. Before I did create a connection with God, I started to go in experience church. There's a place where I'm going in for 2 years now. Before that, I called Mother Earth. It was God. I see that now. It was just me that was in pain around it, to connect with the spirits, connect with the Lord, connect with my vision, the purpose. Like God have bring something in your mind, the thing, like the beautiful picture of your vision, like what you want in life, it is him that have created that image, and you have everything you need in this moment to take action on it. And as Catherine is sharing, like my leadership, mindset, and nutrition is the key elements to really creating the step forward for you to surrender to whatever you get to surrender to, and also to heal the trauma and the pain you have in you, because we all have it. The question is, when do you choose to talk about it?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
with that knowledge you have now, right now, what advice would you like to give to your 20 years old you?
Don't listen to the outside world, because it will always lead you in a selfish way, because the outside world is all about self. And when you turn, I mean, you know that saying that says, I wish I found you sooner so I could love you longer.
Oh my God,
It's
yeah.
yeah, it's almost like I say that about God. Like, I wish I found you sooner so I could be with you longer, but I know that I'm with him in eternity.
Yeah.
It's just, I wish I found him sooner, because I wouldn't have had all the heartache, and I would have saved myself till marriage and done all those things and really built the foundation with him. And I see that now, and I'm grateful that I get to create that now. Even though I'm 50 years old, I get to create that relationship with him now. And it's beautiful. It's there's never a wrong time to give to start a relationship with God. There's never a wrong time.
No. No.
He's he gives us free will. He gives us a choice. We have a choice, and it's a matter of us choosing. Because I was choosing the other way all these years.
Just like
And
me.
it also came because of the trauma I had. I was led down the dark paths because of the trauma, that the enemy, I'll say it like that, the enemy got a hold of me. And
yeah,
and I,
it's so true.
yeah.
Like
So
that is so good advice. Like really choose to say no to listen to the outside world, and really choose carefully who you choose to be around. That is really a big awareness and big like slam in the face how important it is for really who you choose to be in your life, who you choose to listen to. And what I will learn is I only choose people, as Catherine, that have faced like the dark side, like the dark emotions, the challenge, the crisis, really are bold enough to go deep and face it. Because there I know Catherine have the tools, she have the stance, she have the leadership, she have the mindset. So when I break down someday, and it will happen when I create breakdowns, I can reach out to her because she have gone the path. She know how to stand for herself, and through that stand she's doing for herself, she can take a stand for me and not going over in on my business and putting limitation on me, or like saying something that is more limited that good. Like she can really hold me high in her hands and show me the way, because she know how to feel. She have gone the path. So my biggest advice to everyone: choose people that is brave enough to talk about the things most people would judge, that most people is afraid to talk about. And Catherine is the speaker, the person, the leader that is bold enough to share how it is and be willing to be judged as I am. We get to talk about things that's uncomfortable.
absolutely. I love that you said that. It's the hard things, but be around people who can talk about the hard things, and really support one another, and stand. And I love the stand for others. When we're standing for others and holding that bucket, and without judgment, without any opinions, and just it's full love. And because we see people in their greatness, and a lot of the people hold people small, and in the space of what they used to be, or what they've done. And it's not, those are just experiences of that person. It's not who the person is. We weren't born with the traumas and with the judgments and all the things. We were born innocent, pure, and beautiful, and full of love. and it's what society has filled us with, where we turn to the other things. So
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
that, because we get to love each other. We get to hold each other high.
Yeah, and everything starts with you guys. It really starts with you first, and from there you can love someone else, because you get to know how to love yourself also in the most challenging places, most challenging exercise, most challenging moment in your life, most darkest place. You get to learn how to love yourself in the dirt before you can love someone else. When I hear that from a coach, I get so angry and say, that is some bullshit. I can love my mom. That was a lie. I have first loved my mom for 3 years ago. I really truly love my mom, and I said that to her. I've never loved you. I pushed you away my whole life, and I love you now. So it is so crazy. You can never love a person if you don't love yourself, no matter what you're saying.
It's true. I mean, I thought I loved all the people that I dated, but I wasn't loving myself, and I wasn't really loving them, being with them, you know. I did leave them better than they were when they came to me. And I think that love showed through. But how do I truly love someone if I'm not truly loving myself?
Exactly.
And my love came when I surrendered my life to God, because I know what real love is now. I know that love is kind, love is patient, love is all the things, right? All the things
love is not painful. Just be clear
yeah,
that love is not painful. No.
It's patience, it's kindness, it's compassion.
It's surrender, like surrender to God, surrender to the spirits. So before we are going into the amazing free gift Catherine have to you guys that are seeing this amazing interview, I'd like to touch, we have touched fine around the leadership, the mindset. I would like you to share about the nutrition, because I start, to be honest, my nutrition first in this year. And oh my God, I was like, oh, why did never people share? That is so important in your self-development to really heal yourself. So really touch base around, like, why is that so important for us to really put some awareness around and choose that in our life?
Yeah. So I mean, the saying, you are what you eat, is so important. So if you're eating foods like junk food, you are fueling your body with low vibrational energy of food, and it's not healthy. And so you literally are what you eat. So when you're fueling your body with clean, nutritious food, and a lot of the food that's out in the markets these days, it's picked before it's ripened. So it's nutrient deficient, because it didn't grow into its nutrient dense portion. And it's also grown in nutrient deficient soils. So it's very, very important to be mindful of the food that we're putting in our bodies, and also where it's coming from, because energy is in everything. And I stopped eating meat a while ago, but even when I did eat meat, I bought it from a farmer that I knew, and I knew that he cared for his animals, so I knew that the animals were loved in a sense, you know what I mean? But when you get meats and things from mass produced farms and things like that, those animals live in fear. So think about what you're putting in your body. You're now consuming a piece of meat that was living in fear. So now you're consuming fear, and you're consuming toxins, and you're consuming these things. So it's really important about what we consume in our minds, our body, and everywhere. So everything we see, do, think, it all has to do with that. So nutrition is really important when it comes to that. So I am truly blessed to have been, God led me to Purium, and it's pure and premium. It's all organic, raw, whole food superfoods. And it's the cleanest I've ever experienced. It's tested for things like glyphosate, which is a toxic pesticide that wreaks havoc on our gut microbiome. And it's tested for heavy metals. So there's none of that in there. There's no fillers. It's all pure food. So a lot of people have a hard time wrapping their head around the fact that it's in powder form. They think it's supplements, but it is actually live enzyme food. So as soon as you add water, it's bringing it back to life, like you picked it yourself. So you're actually consuming these superfoods on a cellular level. And we also have a product that removes glyphosate out of the body up to 74%. We're the only one that has clinical proven studies that it actually removes it up to 74%. So not only are you removing the toxins, you're now flooding your body with good nutrition. So like I said earlier, I'm 50 years old and I have never done any Botox. I've never done any fillers or anything. And I don't have any wrinkles. I have gray hair, but that's another story. But I have no wrinkles. So I just want you to say that the foods that I'm consuming are like, I call them nature's Botox, because we truly are what you eat. And God has given us everything on this green earth to sustain us in life. And it's up to us to consume the proper foods and nutrition. We don't need to be eating all this processed stuff, because processed stuff is dead. It's not live, and we're meant to live. We get to stop putting dead into our body and put life into our body. And that's what the superfoods is. It's life. And I also just wanted to touch on about the life thing, because you know how we talk about how we talk to ourselves.
Yeah.
We get to talk life over ourselves instead of, we got to be very, very, and that's it. Like, it's so important, like, that we talk life into each other. And when you were talking about having the support of the people around you, people who talk life into you and not the other way, because words are literally life and death. And that was actually today's scripture, which is so wild. In the today's scripture, it was all about life and death. And how our words are that powerful. Yeah. So not only is it what we consume, it's how we speak to ourselves. It's all of it. So yeah.
Oh my God, it's so powerful. It is so powerful. And that is also what peace via touch point was like. It's so important, to be honest, to be around people that have the leadership, that have the mindset, that have the awareness, and really also choose the nutrition, because we are three things: the mind, soul, and body. Some people call it spirits. It is so important to have that and be around people that working with that awareness every day, because it's the same as going to the gym. You get muscle. If you stop, you're losing the muscle, you're losing the energy, you get fat on your body, and you're getting more like old in your face, like with all things that happen, because you're choosing to waste your life, choosing death, as I see it. So one point is so important, like also to reach out to someone as Catherine that have really that awareness. Like, if I knew how important it is to be around food, like, there is so much trauma in that we're eating, because we're stuffing feelings down, as I did up to this year, to be totally honest. Like, I get really awareness about it. In this year, I was stuffing my feelings down with unhealthy food, and my stomach was bloating. Food is so important, because we get connected with our body. We get connected with what are we hiding, because the body is hiding so much, and we cannot think about it, we cannot feel it. We get to have a body experience before it will come up in awareness. So
yeah. Can I add on that? It just brought something came to me. So when we are eating healthy, nutritious, nutrient dense foods, as we're doing that and we're removing the toxins from our bodies, because we're flooding our bodies with good nutrition, we're actually removing old stagnant emotions as well. Exactly. So it's not just that you're detoxing like glyphosate or heavy metals from your body. Every cell in our body is a memory. So anything we've eaten or consumed in a negative way is in our bodies somewhere. And there's now studies that are proving, doctors are actually coming out saying that most people are not sick in the way that they think they're sick. It's actually emotions that are stuck in their bodies that are making them sick. So as we cleanse our bodies, as we flood our bodies with this good nutrition, high vibrational food, we are now removing these stuck emotions, and now we can replace them. So a lot of people actually go through a detox, like physical detox, but an emotional detox as well. Yeah. It's amazing. And I love the community that I'm in, because there's so many people like ourselves that are here to support you, hold the bucket, let you go through your emotions, and we're standing for you as you go through it. And we're waiting for you, because we see you on the other side. So
oh my God, it's so beautiful. And to you, audience, if you say, I choose that community. Please go back in your newsletter. There is the link to the community. There is every link you get to know information, you get to know about Catherine's amazing work. So go back there. There's all details you need to know, where to find her on all social media. And so in the end, my love, what is the amazing free gift you have to the audience? Can you please share around that?
Awesome. I have, so it's a gift card for my superfoods, organic superfood store. It's anywhere from 50 to 25% off, whichever is greater. And so it gives you an opportunity to try out the superfoods at a discount, but we have a 60-day money back guarantee, so you can't go wrong. And also with my links, you'll see that I have opportunity to book one-on-one calls. If you'd like to do that, we can have a discovery call also. If you're curious to know a little bit more, that's also in my link. So you'll be able to click on there and book a call with me.
And the link and information about that is in your email. So the last point before we ending this interview, what is one takeout you would like the audience to go with? Like, is one thing you will go with? What will that be?
One thing, it would be surrendering control. I feel like a lot of people want to control the outcomes in their lives. And in my own experience, when I tried to control things, it equaled chaos. And I'm not in control. None of us are in control. We don't own anything on this planet. We don't own anything. We are not in control. There is a master plan, and it's through God. It has our plans already planned out for us. And when we let go of the control and we just let him take over the wheel, our life runs so smoothly. And so yeah, it'll be surrender and let go of the control.
Oh yeah, so beautiful. Thank you so much, Catherine. And thank you so much, the audience, for watching and taking the time and choosing you to see this amazing interview with Catherine. And we cannot wait to hear from you. And I know Catherine will love your feedback. So go straight to your email, the links, and send her some feedback, send her some love, send her some gratitude, and when you the moment to choose to give more your time with her and send her your feedback, because that I know it will mean a lot to her, and it will also serve you, because what we speak is what we give to ourselves. So if you speak amazing feedback to Catherine, as I hope and wish you're doing, you are giving it to yourself. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.